what's going to be your moment? What's going to be your why? Yeah, I mean, these are all good questions. This morning I'm going to make my wife and I some scrambled eggs and bacon. So bacon takes the longest, so let's get that going. I get a lot of comments from people about how boring it is, how there's no variety. I totally get that, but variety, if you really think about the variety you're giving up, the ultra processed unhealthy foods are what make up the variety when you think about where variety comes from. The regular foods we were designed to eat, well, you're not giving up pretty much any of that. You can argue about fruit and certain vegetables, but really, I'm not sure if there is any fruit or vegetable that we buy today that is anywhere close to its original form or even existed without all the crossbreeding and interventions by man, trying to make things sweeter, trying to make them grow faster, grow easier, less susceptible to insects. So, but yes, the variety's gone in that respect. But again, what you're giving up is the stuff that's making you sick and fat and, going after drugs and, weight loss drugs and surgeries. So that's a small price to pay. And it's a very brief price to pay in the big timeline of things. So you stick with this way of eating and this is what you will adapt to rather quickly. So I'm gonna get this started here. Okay, so the nice thing about this guy is you can cook in one big zone. That's called the mega zone. Or you can actually cook with two different temperatures starting at two different times, two different foods by just putting this handy dandy divider in there and set each zone separately. It's really cool. But for right now, bacon, I've learned, mega zone, we're gonna air fry it for like 14 minutes on 400 and just let that sucker go. So back to that question of variety. What's your alternative? No, seriously, think about that. So if using that statement, are you using that statement so some way it gives a valid point to you to continue eating the ultra processed foods, which are preventing the weight loss from happening? No, seriously, how does that help you to be focused on the reasons you can't do it? Why don't you focus on the reasons you can and should do it? Improved health, less risk of heart attack, cancer, stroke. Because someday, if you don't change that path, I knew if I didn't change the path, I was going to be in a hospital someday with one or more of those ailments, certainly probably a heart attack. What deals would you be making? If only, please God, if you can get me out of this one, I promise I'll do, X, Y, and Z. Imagine yourself in that hospital bed. Imagining yourself debilitated. Imagining yourself being told there's nothing we can do, but you could have done something years ago. So what's going to be your moment? What's going to be your why? Yeah, I mean, these are all good questions. So I like getting under the bottom just to let some of the liquid get a quicker turn at gelling up, and it keeps the eggs from burning. Cool thing too, using that air fryer, the bacon sits up on it like a 1/2 inch with these little rack inserts. And You don't even need tallow to cook with. You can just save your own bacon grease. Let it cool a little bit in that air fryer, and away you go. And the key with eggs too is you do not want to cook them till they're dry. I think that's what most people do when they mess up. Nice little trick I like to do. Check this out. I'll put a little cheese on top. Take your fresh pan, use it as like a little heat oven to get that cheese melted. So check this out. Ta-da! So that is 6 eggs. Naturally, I'm not going to eat 6 eggs. So we got our bacon. Oh, look at that. She enjoys a little tomato garnish. And who doesn't enjoy a little sour cream, right? Just a little salt and pepper. All right, now you're just being fancy. Here we go. What a great way to start the day. Oh, and might I add, not boring. What do you guys think? Honestly, give me comments on this, guys. I know it was a long video to get to this end point, but does this look boring to you? Any other food ideas you think might help? I'd love to cook it up for you, and I'd love to eat it too.